Good morning, dear Bert. Thank you very much for being here with us today.
Good morning, Katarina. Thank you for the invitation. It's very an honor for me to be here with you.
As I told, you are a real expert in all which concern to VAT and taxations, to corporate tax, successorial law, accountancy, international trend. And nowadays we live in a different difficult situation all around the world, yeah. And the world is really changing, and we all need to accommodate to new situations, and not only after the COVID, but also due to circumstances of the war conflict in Europe, for example. Please, the inflation is increasing in many countries, let's say. The immigration question is also on the table, and people and companies need to follow and change approach to their finance and law. Please, what are the main questions which are now your clients solving? What are main challenges? What do you think?
Yes, I think the main issue for everyone, every company, it's the cash flow. The question of clients that are paying or more tax that we pay as well, because in Belgium, we are one of the most taxable country in the world. So it's true that we have to ask the government to see if they can find some incentive, reduce some taxation in some points. But it's true that for our clients, the main issue is the cash flow, because after COVID and the energy crisis and the economic crisis, a lot of clients have to shut down their company. So the main issue is to have cash flow and to change very rapidly. The trends are moving very fast. Everyone has to have an alternative solution for, let's say, a website for the restaurant, for instance, to create delivery system services after the COVID, etc. But this is for just a sector. But for the main clients and main companies, they have to be careful of the cash flow. They have to find alternative solution. A lot of services are digitalized, and they have no choice, that they have to adapt themselves. I think if you don't adapt to the market and you don't respond as quickly as possible, it's difficult to maintain your services, your cash flow, and to make your client happy. But it's true that we are all facing the same issues, and I think we have to be very adaptive. We have to adapt ourselves. We have to respond quickly. We have to manage our people as well. It's a challenge, because people management is an issue, or it's a challenge, I would say, because when COVID arrived, everyone was working at home. For some companies, they didn't like the fact that people were working at home, because you can't control them. So even though before COVID, people management has been always challenging, because to find the right people that match with your philosophy, with your internal, philosophy and policy, it's difficult. After 11 years, my sister and I, we are co-business partner, and we are really happy. Since 2 years, we have the great team, the greatest team that we couldn't ever dream of. And so it took us 9 years to really find the right people to be at the right place. And we are 8 now with the team. And yes, we are all different. And it's very interesting to see how the diversity is bringing richness between the team, because we have different point of view, because we can exchange our thinking, our thoughts. So this is also an issue. It's people management, because there are a lot of burnouts as well with the COVID, even for independent, for entrepreneurs. They have also a lot of pressure. The mental disease or the mental has suffered a lot during this crisis as well. Yes.
This reminds me also the, let's say, big question among different generations who are now working together. Young generation, the middle generation, I don't want to say old, but older generation, much more experienced, who are already on the market, let's say, for 20, 30 years. What are your experiences, how they can better play together, because the situation I'm sure know how it is in your country?
It's a good question, because actually in our team we have young employees. The youngest, she's 25, and the oldest, she's 62. We have a perfect example of intergeneration people working together in our team. We have people of 40, I'm 55. It's good to have young-minded coming into the office, because actually they are very flexible with IT, with tech. It's like they play with it. And for us, when we have to work in an Excel sheet, sometimes it takes me much more time than my young collaborator. She comes and says, "Oh, but yeah, you should do that way." And they click with everything, and it's quite interesting. But also regarding the spirit, the mindset of everyone, it's very important that we respect each other, that we respect the differences, and also relearn from each other, because older employees, they are more quiet, they are less, not demanding, but they are more patient, because the youngest generation, they want everything quicker.
Okay.
Yes, they
This
don't
is the
have.
same in both countries.
Yes, yeah, I guess it's everywhere. The youngest employees, they are very, and they want everything quickly. And it's good we have this mix of profiles in our teams, and it's good to see that it's working well all together. But the most important things is that we have to respect the way they are, to be focused on the strengths of everyone and not the weakness, and try to work on the weakness to make things better. But everyone has to focus on his strengths. And this is very important, that we can make a profit of that, and everyone can bring their adding value about what they know, about the expertise, about the strengths as a person. Yes, it's very interesting and very important to have this intergenerational perspective in our office. It's very important. Also, we have people working part-time. We have people now, one of our employees asked to work abroad. So we have to think about reorganization, how we will work together. But it's a challenge, yes. We have new demands, we have new requests about our employees. And I think we have to be flexible from both sides. Not only the employees have to follow the policy very strictly, but also from our part, from the management, we have to listen them, and we have to try to make them happy and to find the best solution for the company, of course. Yes.
But it's easy to say and not so easy to do it. Do you have any receipt? Maybe some few, let's say, laws and rules which was to follow to reach such a comprehension between generations and job?
Yes. Yes. My advice is that you have to communicate. You have to communicate when you don't feel good, when you have a problem at home, when it's not too personal. We have to be transparent, even though when I say we, it's my sister and I, because we are from the management part, we are a policy where we are very open for discussion. We are transparent as well. If we don't know the problems that our employees are facing on a personal point of view or professional with the client, sometimes maybe they want to hide a problem with the clients, or they don't want to talk about their personal problems at home, which I understand and which I respect. But in a certain point, you have to be transparent and you have to communicate in order to find a solution as quick as possible, not to leave the things getting worse. It's better to talk immediately about an issue and to find a solution. And we always say to our employees, they are never a stupid question. You can disturb us whenever you want. If you have, yes, of course, they have to check our planning, but our agenda, but they are never stupid questions. So we always say, come to see us. And even though I come to them when I go to the office, hi, everyone, is everything okay? Do you feel good? And also during the appraisal, you can discuss about improving the policy or the rules. So we are very open as well to say, Beatrice, this rule I don't find it's great because that, and that. If there is a good argument and if there is another solution or alternative, we always open to change and to adapt as well from the management point of view, not only from the employees. So I think communication is a key, and transparency. And because there's nothing worse than having a team not feeling good in the
Yeah.
office, because if they don't feel good, they don't perform neither. Yes. And we are human, so everyone has some issue or problems, personal from in a certain point of time in your lives. It's just natural. You have to think that like a family. Yes, your children are not working well, your children are not feeling well, your employees, if they are not feeling well, you cannot perform well in a whole. This is my
And
point of view.
from thank you. And from the economic point of view, because I dare to say that a lot of, especially European countries, are now starving because the situation, let's say, security situation in Europe, it's not easy. Due to many facts, and we need to change the politics of companies, what to do. The question and issues are digitalization and AI, automatization. It's
Yes.
again, it's very easy to say, but it's not possible to change it very quickly for each company because we have a lot of traditional maybe producers where maybe you do some, let's say, craft work, handwork, and it's not so easy. What do you think we should maybe focus on? Of course, it shouldn't be general because it's not possible, but the main for especially European companies, because we are really facing two big challenges in our continent.
Yes, it's true. Since the war in Ukraine two years ago, we received a lot of phishing, a lot of hoax, a lot of messages in our mailbox. It's true that we had to strengthen our rules, one thing, and of course we are a cabinet with an expertise in VAT. So we have a lot of papers, contracts to sign. We have a lot of compliance. And it's true that we are happy that we could digitalize the signature, that we have the video calls. It's just a normal day to day. But sometimes there are clients, they can't sign electronically, for instance, so we have to find a solution. And yes, it's true that you have to improve your IT system to digitalize as much as you can, but not as much as you can, because I'm a little bit in between two frontiers, two borders, because data centers, they consume so much energy, very much energy. So I say we have an internal policy in our office, don't print something if you don't really need it. So first, we don't print everything, of course. We print only what we need. So we print nearly rarely our documents, and everything is filed in the cloud. Everything is computerized and digitalized, and everything is in the cloud. And yes, you have to adapt yourself for that, but not documents that are not really necessary. I don't want to scan everything because when you scan something, it can weight 10, 20 megabytes. And I say to my employee, please try to to zip your files and everything. So this is little things that we have to think about it. And it's more difficult for the oldest generation. For the young people, it's okay. But for the oldest one, it's a bit more difficult to think, oh, I have to digitalize everything. They like to work with paper as well, but yes, we have to respect that. We have to print as less as we can, because yes, we have to take care of our planet. We have to take care about the energy. We have to take care about everything. And with our clients, yes, I don't really have some problem with supplier because we don't work in goods, but I can imagine, yes, that the logistic aspects and everything, we have some clients in the logistic, they have to review all the processes, and it's true that they have to reinvent the flow of goods to go the quickest and to consume less energy, to simplify the workflow and everything. It's true that everyone has to adapt because yes, the logistic issue is a problem as well. Supplying of goods coming from China, coming from the other part of the world, it takes more time due to the war as well. So yes, it's true. I think the only thing it comes to my mind is to adapt yourself to all situation, and you have no choice, no complaint if it's possible. Yes, to say yes, there is an issue, so we have to find a solution, because there is always a solution to a problem.
Yeah, yes, that's true. I would like to emphasize that you are also a president of Belgium Association of Women Entrepreneurs, and which is part of the largest international women's entrepreneur network, FCM. And this year you are celebrating 75th anniversary since Belgium Association of Women Entrepreneurs have been founded.
Yes.
So it's my congratulations, first of all, and please tell us more.
Yes, it's really an honor to be the president where we have to celebrate this anniversary. And it's true that we've been working on all the archive and we find so nice pictures of the founder, Anne van der Schrik. And yes, it's true that being the 12th president of Belgium, it's really an honor to be in this move of anniversary. It means that it's important also. I would like to underline that we are not alone, because there are also some other women's organizations and more. So we really have to be still creative, still showing we are there to support. We are still supporting the women. We are there to make business as well. So it's very important to be on the line all the time, because we are now on 2024, 75 years later. The economic context has changed, everything has changed, but not our spirit and not our key value, which is sorority. And it is very important to help each other, to support each other. And it's very an honor for me to welcome my FCM sister like you, because you are also coming, and I'm very happy that you will be there with your colleagues. So it's very nice that to see the feeling and the spirit of the association worldwide. And we also working with the other association in other countries, because Monaco is coming, some colleagues from France is coming, Africa, they will try to be there, Morocco. So it's very an honor for me to welcome you in our so little country. We are really happy to organize this great event with you. And we have a 4 days program, so don't hesitate to join. It will be a very surprising program, and you will like it. Yes.
I'm sure it will be great. And I would like to ask you, why do you think such associations are important? Because very often I am hearing the voices, especially from men. Why do you establish such association? We don't have such associations for men. Why do you need it? So please, Bea, what do you think? Why such associations are so important to have the right to live?
Yes.
What's your point of view?
Tohle je první část podcastu. Celou epizodu najdete na info.cz.